Guys, welcome back. On tonight's episode, we're making beef stew. Let's get cooking.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
I'm gonna use a pressure cooker to cook this. If you don't have one, don't worry. It's the same exact process, just gonna take a little bit more time. What we need, some potatoes. I have Yukon Gold. You can use red potatoes, russet potatoes. Really any kind of potato is gonna work for this. I have some beef chuck that is cubed right here into little pieces. We have 1 onion, some garlic, some carrots here, and tomato paste, and I have some beef broth. And that is all you're gonna need, so let's get started. I'm gonna get our beef ready. Now, you're gonna wanna take this out at least a half an hour before cooking. Like any beef, you want it to come to room temperature first so that it doesn't cool down the pan, tighten up, and then just simple salt and pepper. I have kosher salt here, and then black pepper. Give that a quick toss, make sure everything is evenly coated. Probably could use a bigger plate. All right, I'm gonna get all our vegetables chopped up. Carrots, I'm just gonna peel these really quick. I'm just gonna cut these at an angle. Potatoes, these you don't want it. You wanna make sure that these have like a decent size left on them because these will turn to mush. You don't want mushy potatoes. About the size of the beef is what you're going for. Again, little rough chops. Now, that's all the prep, that's all the chopping you have to do. I'm gonna put these off to the side and we'll get on to cooking the beef. Take your pressure cooker. All right, once your pan or your pressure cooker is hot, we're gonna start by browning our beef. Get a little bit of olive oil, that's gonna go in the pan. You have to do this in batches if you're making a lot. For the sake of speeding it all up, I'm gonna do some on the stovetop. So all the fond, all that flavor that we get from browning this beef off is gonna be the base for our stew. You're gonna wanna go for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes on each side. Just really try to build a good crust. All right, once your beef is nice and brown, once you get something like that, you can go ahead and set it on a plate. We'll come back to it later. Keep your pan on. We're gonna go right in here now with our onions, with our carrots, and with our celery. Leave the potatoes out, but those can go right in. Leave the garlic out too, because the garlic will burn. We're gonna put the garlic in right towards the end. Get on the bottom, scrape all those bits up. Look at that, that's all flavor right there. This is gonna be delicious. Going with a little more salt, a little more pepper. Especially with a stew, we wanna season as we go. We want every layer to have seasoning. If we try to do it all at the end, it's not gonna work as well. Oh, dropped one. The thing with chuck, if you try to eat it as is, say you cook it like you cook a steak, really quick, really fast, it's gonna be tough as nails. It's gonna be gnarly, not gonna taste good. But you cook it slow, you braise it, you give it some love, or you use a pressure cooker, everything turns into a beautiful, beautiful melts in your mouth piece of meat. So garlic goes in just to get that a little bit cooking. We don't want to burn the garlic, we want it just to be aromatic. 30 seconds to 45 to a minute is all really needs before garlic can start to burn, so you gotta watch it. You guys at home probably aren't doing it in a double pan system, but if you are, make sure that you don't throw this in the sink just yet. We're gonna get all that goodness, all that flavor off the pan, because that's all flavor. Everything in here, flavor, baby, flavor. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of tomato paste. I like to get tomato paste in a tube like this because it's easy just to put the cap on, stick it in the fridge and save it. It's about a tablespoon of tomato paste. Just gonna stir that in. If you don't have tomato paste, it's not like a crucial element to this, but it adds more flavor. It's all about those layers that you build. So you can take stuff out, but then you're just missing out on another layer, another level, another thing. Tomato paste, whenever you're using it, you do have to cook it out a little bit. Just stir it in there, let it kind of go. So I'm gonna get some beef stock. If you have red wine, you can use with red wine too. I don't have any, so beef stock's gonna work fine. And then just deglaze that pan. Just spray it in there, look at that. It's gonna steam up. And then just get, I don't know where all my wooden spoons lie. I think I lost the wooden spoons in the move. Just get a spoon and really scrape all those bits off. Get that pan nice and clean. We're gonna go back in with our beef. You want all the juices, everything on the plate, look at that. All that, that's all flavor. So that's all going back in, boom, boom, boom. Pour in our beef stock, nice. Let's get all that deglazing liquid out of there. Bang, that goes in. Our potatoes, finish it off. The lid's gonna go on. And we're gonna cook at high pressure for 25 minutes. That's it. If you're not using your pressure cooker and you're doing just in a Dutch oven or on the stovetop, it's gonna be like an hour, hour and a half. All right, I hate this technology can fuck with me, dude. Okay, we have 10 minutes left on the beef stew. I'm gonna slice up some bread here, just get it toasted, pop it in the oven. To that, you can put, if you have softened butter, a little bit of butter on that. I just have a little bit of olive oil, just a low broil. God damn it, burnt the bread. Here we go. It's like a face, good for the pores. A little beef juice right to the face. Pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes soup, stew, and bombs. Let's open her up. Oh my God, look at that. Fork tender, falling apart, falling apart. 25 minutes. So the starch from the potatoes did add a little bit of thickness to it, but not quite to the level I like it. I like my stews a little thicker. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a slurry. All slurry is equal parts cornstarch, and water. Very easy. There are two main ways to thicken things in cooking. You either use a roux or a slurry. A roux is flour-based. It's equal parts flour and some kind of fat. It can be anything from olive oil, butter, bacon fat, you name it. But that's the beginning of the cooking process. You add a roux to start a dish. You add slurries at the end. Heap tablespoon cornstarch. Let's hit. Come on! We live right next to a firehouse. I bet they love a little beef stew in that house though. Stew crew. Pour that in. This will fill you up. Rob, you're gonna be eating for a week. All right, bread's done. Perfect that time. There are a lot of fires in this neighborhood apparently. Oh, little fresh parsley just to finish it off. And that, my friends, is a beautiful beef stew. All right, let's go in for a bite. This looks delicious. Just get that bread, dunk it in there. Oh. Delicious. Beef stew in the wintertime when it's cold out. It's hearty food, it's cheap, it's easy to make. Can't really go wrong. Look at that, it's thickened up nicely. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'll see you next time. I'm Donnie. Peace.